Well, hello, I'm David Färdmar and I'm the writer-director to the feature film Are We Lost Forever? Many years ago, I wrote a little post-it note that said, a couple is laying in their bed and one partner says to his partner, I want to get out of this relationship. I want to break it off. What happens next? Question mark. And then I put that little post-it note in my drawer and forgot about it, kind of. And then I went through 2 breakups of my own, 2 separations. And one day I found this post-it note in my drawer with this first scene that I wanted a film to start with that situation. So then I thought, well, this maybe be a great topic for my first feature film, because I had a lot to dig out from my personal experiences of these separations.
We can go on no more. All that we had before is broken in two. You know I'm sorry, wish I could undo all the things I put you through. Are we lost forever? Are we lost forever?
When I thought about writing and directing a film about this topic, it came kind of fast. It was actually the actor Björn Elgard who plays Adrian. Me and him, we took a coffee like 5 years ago in January 2015. And we didn't know each other too much. We had met through a casting process before. And he came to Gothenburg and we just took a cup of coffee. And he said to me, he was so eager to film because he hadn't done so much filming. He mostly done theater. And so he came up with the idea that maybe you should write a feature film with a lot of dialogue and a lot of like long scenes about like relationships, whatever. We didn't talk about like the breakup part. And we can just gather a small team and just go out and film. And I thought, oh my God, that sounds so easy, let's do that. So I actually, after that fika, I went home and then by chance, I actually found this post-it note with the first scene with the breakup couple. So then I was like, let's do a film about this topic with the production idea that it's going to be like a small team and a lot of dialogue. So after that, when I started to write, I wrote the first version of the script for a couple of months. But then the process of the production and the financing and stuff kept on for a couple of years. And we ended up doing the first part of the script. That was the short film No More We. And then it actually went like 2 years after that before we started to shoot the continuation of the film. And then we filmed the feature film part for around a year. So we filmed like a couple of days now and then, and we waited for the different seasons here in Sweden. So we got like the autumn and the winter and the spring and the summer. So we went out and filmed like 2-3 days and 3 months of not filming, and then another segment. And we did it chronologically, the script. So about a year with a feature film part. I'm inspired by Ingmar Bergman's Scenes from a Marriage. I think it's the best one he's done. I really like it. So that was a kind of inspiration. But now with 2020, with two guys in the lead instead of a straight couple. So that inspired me a lot. But also the Before Sunset, Before Sunrise, Before Midnight series kind of inspired me a little more, or the same. I love that trilogy as well. And I'm not going to say Marriage Story. That a lot of people now they compare it to, or they want to compare it to our film, but I actually wrote the script and we actually filmed kind of the whole film before Marriage Story came out. But I'm very flattered that people are trying to compare our films.
Vad gör vi nu då? Vad fan gör vi nu, tycker du? Jag älskar dig. Vi finns inte längre.
Personally, I like films kind of that just when the audience, you just like jump into a situation, which this film is. You just jump into their bedroom and their conversation. I like that, and I don't see too much. So when I made my own film, I wanted to capture that. And also, I kind of I like films that challenge the audiences and the viewers. You don't get all the pre-story and backstory. You have to, I mean, me as an audience, I want to think of my own, make my own like story, how they have been as a couple before and stuff. So, and bit by bit, the film, you get a little more of their backstory during the film, but it's so, I think it's like boring to get everything like served on the plate as an audience. I like to challenge the viewers so they can make up their own imagination of what happened and what could have happened or what didn't happen. So that's what a lot of scenes you really like jump into the scenes. And you don't get all the like transmissions or transactions or stuff. So like you just jump in the middle, and then you have to fill in the blanks of your own.
Hampus! Vad håller du på med?
Ska tillbaka i sängen.
Va? Vad snackar du om?
Jag ska tillbaka min säng, för den är min.
Har vi inte gått igenom det här redan?
Ja, det var innan den här schweizernöten dök upp.
Vad fan snackar du om?
Jag ska tillbaka andra halvan av min säng.
From my own experience, it's like when you fall in love and you move in together and you're so in love and everything is like lovey-dovey, so you don't think about who bought the bed, who bought the television, who brings what to the relationship or to the apartment. But when someone says there's no more we, that he wants to move out, then those like little things, the materialistical things, could be so essential. And I think between Adrian and Hampus, I think that like they also say in the movie, that Hampus moved in to Adrian in his apartment kind of, and he doesn't have so much stuff. So, and Adrian was like happy when they moved in together, that Hampus wanted to move in with him and live with him in his apartment and with his stuff, and everything was like great. But I think when Hampus is leaving the relationship, he's also like questioning, I think, what did I really bring to this relationship, or what did I bring to this apartment? He only when he moves out, he takes his guitar and some pillows, but that part of the bed is important for him. But when Adrian is nagging about who paid for it and stuff, I mean, it's not about the bed really. It's about he doesn't want Hampus to leave, and it's kind of easier to pick on and talk about the material things to try to get to Hampus by arguing about the bed than actually being mean to Hampus, because he doesn't want to be mean to Hampus. He still loves him, so that's why he he takes what he get, and he can argue about the bed and the TV. So it's those things that a lot of couples, me and friends that I've been talking to, they start to argue about the material things, but it's just symbolic, I think. It was very intentional to keep that claustrophobic feeling, and a lot of interior scenes, mostly because of Adrian's character. He's locked inside of his behavior and his patterns that he's trying to break, but he can't. So that was a good way to capture that feeling that he's trapped inside his emotions, and he wants to break out, but he can't. And also, of course, a little bit about production, but also I like this kind of relationship drama where you really get to focus on the actor and on the characters, not so much busy around in the scenes.
Jag älskar dig, Hampus. Jag kommer alltid göra det.
Jag älskar dig också. Jag kommer alltid göra det. Det vet du. Men ja, det är vi nu.
Jag vet. Och jag är jätteglad för din skull.
Personally, I don't really like films that end in a total happy way. I think I like films that gives an opening to something new, or a hope of something new that I think our film is a part of. And also, I mean, after all these scenes and all the commotion that they've been going through, I didn't want them to end up together. That would have been a disaster for the film, I think. But I also hope that the audience hope that they are going to get back together. But and you don't really know what happens. I mean, Hampus is moving with Julian to Malmö, but also you don't really know what happened. I mean, Adrian is on a bike, and if a audience look very, very close, the bike that Adrian is on is actually Hampus. So you don't know what happened. But I really like that kind of films, in that sense that there's a hope, there's a new beginning, and you don't really know what happened. You can make your own conclusions about the ending of the film.